just a form of communication. It's beautiful. It's an art form. It's derived from the combining of cultures, of histories.
Spanglish is a language that I could speak with my buddies who are also Chicano or Latino.
It really shows like a convergence of two cultures, and it shows the struggle, you know, the big struggle in between the Anglo culture and Chicano culture that I think is important. It's an important form of artistic expression, and it's also kind of a cool. It's becoming another culture. It's becoming another way that people interact and feel comfortable with themselves and feel proud of where they came from.
Because what we have here is human creativity displayed at its best. People will play with words, they'll play with grammar, they'll play with syntax, and come up with something new.
I was born and raised here, so I've left my language, which is Spanish, a lot. So I never think about it. I just actually combine both languages and talk that way. Even at home, I do it all the time. And sometimes my mom's like, I don't understand what you're saying. So I'm like, okay, let me think of the word in Spanish.
I started studying Spanish in high school, and a lot of my friends were Chicanos. For me, Spanish is a very important part of my life. It's something that I feel comfortable with. I think that it really shows like a convergence of two cultures.
So I don't do it intentionally. I just unconsciously I just do it. Don't even think about it.
Growing up as a kid, I was not allowed to speak Spanglish by my parents. So I get together with my cousins and we would speak Spanglish, although we never used the term. I'm 54 years old, so this idea of Spanglish is rather new to me. Instead, we just called it Chicano. We called it Pocho. And I think that's the term actually we use most times, Pocho, this mixture of Spanish with English. And to have Pochismos was fun, because we would sit around trying to figure out new words, new concepts. You know, it was just a joyful thing to do.
It's part of my life as la nueva creación del Latino norteamericano. And I incorporate it into the lyric that I write, the group that I play in, the band. It's a way of expressing the angst, the happiness and the power of what it is to be Latino, Chicano, but also what it is to take the greater culture around the more dominant culture, I mean, and add a whole different texture to the painting of the language from the language of old that our ancestors used. And that's what Spanglish is for me.
And so to listen to the music, I don't know, I think it's really cool. I hear one song and I'll hear bits of English in there too, and I'm like, oh, you know, I can relate to it more because it's more me.
A lot of the music is being changed. Like a lot of the words are in Spanish and then in English. It's kind of cool. Like I feel like I can relate. Like it's my language.
In music, it's used in all sorts of music. Everything. Hip hop has fusion of Spanish and English and Spanglish. Everything. Also, everything is becoming mixed. You know, it's not a melting pot in the sense that the Anglo culture is dominant. It's a mixture, really giving justice, I think, to Chicanos and the culture in the United States.
Slip me down swift to another north-side dive. Feel my chalice sky high, ese. Y no me miras like I'm losing it. También trucha if you think I chose this shit. What, you got your finger on the pulse? No quisiera ver half of what I've seen. Something like that.